the thing that you all kind of latched onto was Cameron's endoskeleton leading to the T1000s, the T0Ks evolving into T1Ks, as it were. I thought that this was a very natural progression because each model has something special. And I will go into this a little bit more in some scripts, I think. But having the ability to heal the endoskeleton, provided you have access to materials. I mean, you might have to eat a nut or a bolt or something in order to be able to have metal in order to fill in gaps. But being able to heal stress fractures and fractures from explosions, whatever, over time, to restructure your skeleton, to again make yourself able to infiltrate. What a useful thing to have. It's not fast, as we kind of demonstrated in the script with Cameron's standby mode. Even after 3 years have passed, she was only 80% healed. I mean, considering all the damage to the side of her face, now, are you surprised? But it was enough. It allows them to fix the minor stuff. The major stuff takes time. It probably is going to be irrelevant in the real world outside of this special circumstance. But in the short term, metal fatigue, stress fractures, stuff like that, you'd be able to repair. Now, the actual motors and mechanics and stuff like that, probably not. Not unless it's something innocuous. I don't think you can repair the actual machine, but repairing the skeleton itself, major step, and one that would be very useful, I think, for an infiltration unit. Let's say that the equivalent of your femur got bent a little bit in a battle. Over time, you could get it to straighten out again, so you start looking more human. You stop limping, because initially you would limp. And again, I'm not talking about repairing linkages. That you'd actually have to go in and get a wrench and hammer and pound the thing out. But for the skeleton, it's the first step. It's the logical first step, because I was having trouble figuring out how you would go from having cyborgs with endoskeletons to making the next model up liquid metal. Where does that come from? Technology usually doesn't make a leap like that, and especially not during a war. You make incremental improvements, and this seemed to be the next logical improvement. So there's that. Again, I'm going to explore it a little bit more in the future, and I hope you'll buy my explanation. As you noticed this week, I came up with a logo for the show. If I've taken the time to edit in on this video, it should be right here. 3 dots. 3 dots. What do the 3 dots mean? I worked this out before I started writing the scripts. And their meaning has popped up. Not only in Sarah Connor Chronicles, but in what I've written. Sarah was so close. I thought we needed an answer to it, because it hadn't been answered. Not in any way that made any sense. And I think the answer I have will satisfy you. It satisfies me, and I'm a tough critic, so I hope it'll satisfy you. It certainly makes sense. Even if it isn't, even if it's unsatisfying, It makes sense. So we're going to go with it. I had thought that I could relate the dots to what I call you. Instead of calling you cyborg zombies, you know, I could relate it to the dots, but then I'd have to call you like daughters or something like that, and that seemed wrong on so many levels. So I'm not. For now, we're sticking with cyborg zombies and cyborg cuties. Sorry about that. I'm going to have advertising links that you can post up soon. Now that I have the logo set up, it shouldn't be too long for me to kind of get those produced. To link to the site, hopefully I'll get this correct this time. I did simplify it. It's cjcs.com/TIB/TCW. Once again, cjcs.com/TIB/TCW. And that takes you to that opening page for the Connor Wars. It has all the links to all the scripts and links to all the writer blogs that I've been doing, both video and text. I do encourage you, and I thank you very much for all the links. You have been spreading the word, I've noticed. I do. And I appreciate it, and I'm glad that other fans have been finding it. Because as much as you're enjoying it, they're enjoying it too. And I get an awful lot of notes about people who have been staying up all night to read all the scripts. And that kind of tickles me, that people get so involved in the story that they will stay up so much, even later than I'm staying up, and I stay up really late, that they've been enjoying it that much. And that's why I keep encouraging you to please spread the word. Because I'm writing these things. My time is spent writing. The reason I have been doing these video blogs not long after I post a script is because I'm about to write a script. I'm going to run out of time to be able to edit the video, to put the graphics in, to do all the little silly things that you have to do. Because in addition to writing the script, I'm writing blogs, because my site isn't just about Terminator, it's about all the other stuff I write about. Whether it's women's basketball or politics or the things that have been happening in my life or whatever. I have to write those things too. Those also drive traffic to my site. And it is really incredible the amount of words I write in a week. There's a reason my fingers are so swollen. In fact, I sleep with splints on my wrists every night because that's the only way I can keep typing every night. Yeah, I mean, I saw this week a really brief review for the latest episode. I was really tickled by that. I am so happy I saw my first review. With a slight synopsis, as I was reading, I was going, I want to read that story for a minute. I got involved in it, and honestly, I read the script again. What can I say? You all sold it. You sold it to the writer. Very impressive. Good on you. And please keep doing it. Spread the word. Doesn't have to be in Terminator forums necessarily. I'm sure most of them already know about it. But keep spreading the word. Every new script is a new opportunity.